Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about December planetary news. A lot is happening. We start with the solar eclipse on the 3rd, then it is followed by Mars Ketu conjunction, and then by Venus going retrograde and Sun going through Gandanta. So, do these very unsettled times, we have to find a center point, a balance. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Also, I'd like to share with you about my conference in February. I'm doing an online conference on Saturn from 5th to 8th of February. All details are given below. You can find them at komilla.com. Also, I am offering 5 scholarships for my YouTube students or people who are studying here with me, Jyotish, Vedic Astrology. So you can email me at info@komilla.com. And I will decide end of January who is the deserving. Otherwise, I welcome you to come to my conference. I'll have a little video at the end. So let us explore December 2021. It's the end of the year, and I will be doing many videos about 2022. But first, we should look at the end of the year. And it is quite complex because there is an eclipse on 3rd, 4th, 3rd here in California, but in certain parts of it, it will be 4th of December. I make a separate video about that. You can watch that. And then, the key factors of December are Sun going through Gandanta on 14th, 15th of December. There is a Mars Ketu conjunction on 14th December. And immediately after that, we are going to have Kal Sarpa yoga. This Kal Sarpa yoga by transit will be happening off and on for the next few months, actually all the way to April. Because what happens is that when planets go within the Rahu Ketu axis, and especially when Saturn and Jupiter are there, then when the faster moving planets come there, this is a Kal Sarpa yoga. This is very imbalanced energy. So I'm going to make a separate video about the oncoming Kal Sarpa yoga, but be aware of it. It's starting in December, so you are being conscious not to imbalance yourself. Then we have Venus turning retrograde. On 19th of December, Venus will turn retrograde. Venus doesn't turn retrograde every year. Actually, it's a planet that does minimum retrograde. So this is very important. And it's not a negative energy, it's just a shift of energy. And especially 18th, 19th, 20th, you want to be careful because Venus can shift and change. And it remains retrograde till 29th of January, and we have to watch this 19th and then 29th. I'll make a separate video for this as well, but this is sort of giving you an overview of what to expect and what are the main aspects of December 2021. And so Sun will be partly in Scorpio, and then it will go into Sagittarius, and it crosses the Scorpio Gandanta. Already we have had the Gandanta crossing of Scorpio by Venus, and then we will have the Sun, and Moon does it every month, but we'll also have Mercury cross the Gandanta point. These are always happening this time of the year, but 14th is also the Mars Ketu conjunction, and it's also the Sun going through Gandanta. So, you can identify dates that are more unsettled and troublesome. So, as promised, I'm doing special dates for moon. And moon affects all of us because it's our mind, it's our thinking. And when moon is in a difficult position, we feel very emotionally imbalanced or vulnerable. And by just understanding these challenging moon days, every month there will be challenging moon days, we are keeping abreast of the situation. And in my newsletter, actually, I give all the Panchanga, all the days, exact days, timings. You can also look it up on my website, komilla.com, or if you sign up for the newsletter, it will fall into your inbox. So the moon days, of course, the 3rd and 4th of December, that is the eclipse day. Moon is going to be new moon. It is going to be with Ketu, and this is the last of the eclipses for 2021. Nurture yourself, keep yourself calm during that time. 6th, 8th of December, moon is going to be in Capricorn with Saturn. So Saturn is always blocking our thinking. It is making us always look at the glass half empty. Those 2 days just to be calm. 16th to 18th, moon is with Rahu. Now remember, 14th is quite complex because we have Mars Ketu, Kal Sarpa starting, and then moon is with Rahu. And therefore, the moon itself is also unsettled and troubled. And moon leaving Rahu on 18th will break the Kal Sarpa yoga. But then for the rest of the month, it is going to be lonely, alone. So Kal Sarpa the first part is lasting for a few days, but it is, then we have a Kimadruma, a lone moon, for almost 15 days. So we have to think that our thoughts should not go out of focus, out of control. We have to always ground ourselves during that time. And then at the end of the month, 30th, 31st, moon goes back into Ketu, and it again starts the Kal Sarpa at the end of the month. As I said, I'll do separate Kal Sarpa aspects. If you put these dates in your diary, you can also start checking whether how they impact you. It's not always everything impacts you, but how these things impact you, then you know for future how to deal with them as well. So how does it affect you? We are going to look at your moon sign and your ascendant. Aries. Mars actually goes into Scorpio on the 4th, but then it has a Ketu conjunction, and it is with Ketu for the rest of the month. And these are all in your 8th house of transformation and change. 8th house is also house of moksha, self-realization, spiritual research, secret knowledge. It's better to think more spiritually during this time. And stop yourself from acting impulsively. Wait for Mars to go into Sagittarius before making major decisions. Taurus. The solar eclipse is in your 7th house. Partnerships. Partners feel very unsettled, unsure. So it's a good time to support them and not put any pressure or any decisions around the eclipse time. Main thing for you to consider this month is the retrograde of Venus. Venus retrogrades every 2 years, and it is going to retrograde on 19th of December. And it is a time for you to ponder, reflect on what happened in the last 2 years. And it's not going to let you move forward so much. It's more about internalizing and thinking things. Now, this retrograde is in your 8th house. So 8th house is a house of transformation. And what it is telling me is that you're looking for some change, but this is not the time to make it. Think about it. And I made already a video about Venus in Sagittarius. Do study that as well. Gemini. Mercury is in Scorpio. It is part of the solar eclipse on the 3rd. Scorpio is not its best energy. It will go through Gandanta and go into Sagittarius. So it's no retrograde this month. I think most of the Mercury stress factor was last month. This month, there's still some eclipse residual aspect, but there's no major conjunction. And Mercury is also slowly moving out of combustion. So I feel you will be in a better situation. Mercury is going into your 7th house of relationships. So focus on that. It can also help you professionally during this time. The eclipse is in your 6th house. So watch for your health and just take care. Cancer, the month starts with a solar eclipse. So 3rd, 4th, you can feel very emotional. The eclipse is in the 5th house, connected to creativity, children, ideas. It can throw up all sorts of interesting things, but you have to still be careful, not taking any action from them. Wait till afterwards. And then we are looking at a moon being isolated after 18th of December, 18th to 30th of December. Now that itself is not a difficult energy, but what you have to watch out is that you have to keep your feet on the ground and not isolate yourself too much. I would say that is the most important factor for December. Leo, Sun is in Scorpio. Eclipse is complicated. So 3rd, 4th after that, the eclipse is over. You are more in charge. You have done all the eclipses in Scorpio are done. And then we have the Gandanta on the 14th, 15th. That is an imbalance day for you. Otherwise, Sun doesn't make any difficult conjunctions. He's happy in Scorpio, happier in Sagittarius. So certainly the month after 15th will be a lot easier for you to deal with. Virgo, Mercury has been under a lot of stress in November. It's much easier now, although it will be in Scorpio, go through Gandanta and then go into Sagittarius. But it is not making any dramatic conjunctions, anything. So I feel that you are going to find that as December goes, things are easier for you. Libra, the biggest issue for you is that Venus is going to turn retrograde. It is in the 3rd house of self-effort, initiative. And when Venus turns retrograde on 19th of December, things change. It's almost as if you were planning to do something and you go retrograde and you think about something different, unusual. And it is important that you respect 18th, 19th. And then this is very much an introverted time to think about what happened in the last 2 years since last Venus was retrograde. You're recharging yourself. You're re-energizing yourself to face 2022 to look at that. But take some time, reflect, reorganize, and when Venus goes direct, you'll finally get the answer with what you want to do. So the answers are there within you, but they are not as yet ready to come out. Scorpio, the last eclipse is happening for Scorpio for the time being. Then many years there'll be no eclipse in Scorpio Taurus axis. So you are experiencing the eclipse. Depending on the degree of your ascendant, how intense the eclipse is, it is indicating some change for you, transformation. And you naturally resist transformation. So it is important to think about what are the areas to transform. Also, Mars is in your 12th house by transit during the eclipse. But 4th of December, Mars comes into Scorpio and with Ketu. So for you, actually, the 2 rulers of Scorpio are together. Watch out for 14th of December when there's a Mars-Ketu conjunction. And then also watch out for the energy that is unsettled for you around that time. And then Mars goes inside the Kal Sarpa. But Mars is very powerful over this month. And I would say it is definitely, for all the signs you are going to experience, it is better, especially after the eclipse energy has passed. Sagittarius, Jupiter has moved into Aquarius, which is your third house. So there's a lot of initiative. Sagittarius per se is not facing any of the difficulties. Jupiter is not having any conjunctions. But it is an unsettled month. So the dates I've given for unsettled is good idea to watch for them and not be, ready to do things on the more complex days. The eclipse is taking place in Scorpio, which is your 12th house. Mars is also going to be there. Ketu, Mercury is there. So watch your expenses. I think that is the most important factor. Capricorn, Saturn continues in Capricorn. It's not doing anything great. I feel that the main thing for you to consider is Venus is going to turn retrograde in Sagittarius, which is your 12th house. So Venus is one of your good planets. 12th house is good house for spiritual things, to do some donation, do some good works. But spending money for wasteful activity is not a good idea, so try to control it. It's the holiday season, so we do want to spend, but spend wisely. I would say that is most important factor for you. And the eclipse is taking place in your 11th house. 11th house is house of profit. It's house of earnings. Eclipses can also give some unexpected results. So they're not always negative, but the energy is a bit strange. So do watch out for the solar eclipse. Aquarius, Saturn is in your 12th house. So it can take you abroad, keep you abroad. So you have to be conscious about that. And also we have Venus in your 11th house. Venus is a great planet for you in the 11th house, giving profit, opportunities. But watch for the retrograde of Venus. Venus is your best planet, so there can be some change around 19th of December. The main thing for you is the eclipse, which is in your 10th house, and Scorpio eclipse, and 10th house is to do with your career, your future. And these eclipses have been happening since last year. So there's some guidance that you are going to make some changes. Being a fixed sign, Aquarius is not in a rush to make a change. So take your time and relax into it and watch for the complicated days. Pisces, Jupiter is not in any stress for this month. It is in Aquarius, so that is your 12th house of expenses. It's also the house of spirituality. It's also the house of donation. So you may like to donate money or effort. Effort is also good. It's not always necessary to be giving money, but giving something of yourself, also studying something spiritual. It's the moksha house. It's not a house for practical considerations. It can take you abroad, so you can think, yeah, I want to travel. But I would say on your material self, watch out for expenses, because 12th house is house of expenses. Eclipse is taking place in your 9th house. 9th house is the house of guru, advisor. So be careful what advice you get around 3rd, 4th, and wait after the eclipse is over to decide. Actually, Mars coming into Scorpio is usually very good for you. However, Ketu is there and the eclipse is there. So the first part of the month you have to watch out for. And then 14th, when Mars-Ketu conjunction is there, then also be careful. Hello, everybody. I'd like to invite you to my online conference on Saturn from 5th to 8th of February 2022. This is the Fresh Talents of Jyotish conference, the 9th international conference that I have been sponsoring. And it is my great pleasure. It is online, so wherever you are, you can join. And it is a wonderful way to connect and also to learn everything you want to know about Saturn. There are a number of things that I want to share with you regarding the conference. There is an international faculty made up of great masters of Jyotish and my students. And then we are going to concentrate on Saturn And finally, there is a chance for you to get a scholarship to attend the conference free. So keep on listening to the end. I will be talking about the scholarship details. So firstly, why Saturn conference? Saturn is in dignity just now. He's in Capricorn. We are never going to get such a good opportunity for a long time. So I thought, let me make the topic of the conference to be Saturn. And also, teachers are going to be talking about Sade Sati, Saturn Rahu conjunction, Saturn Sun combination. What does that mean? The dasha of Saturn, the bhuktis of Saturn, the houses of Saturn, how people experience Saturn. So every which way you want to know about not only how to use Saturn, but how to, do the remedies, how to work with Saturn and diverse experiences. We will be having 10 hours of lectures every day and 4 days. So that's 40 hours totally. Now, the dates are 5th to 8th of February 2022. And all the people who book for the conference will automatically get a recording so that they can replay and watch till 30th of March. So you get plenty of time to watch if you missed it or your time zone is not allowing you to attend that particular lecture you want to do. So we are covering all bases. Last year, we had the conference on Rahu Ketu. It was very successful. I had people from all the 5 continents attending and lecturing as well. And this time we have again the same thing. So this conference is called the Fresh Talents of Jyotish. And the fresh talents are my students who will be lecturing the first time. I got this idea 9 years ago, and I had my first conference in Pondicherry. And from there, we have been holding a conference every year. And now we are on the 9th international conference. There are great masters like Professor Jayashekhar, Dr. Dennis Harness, Dr. Suhas Shirsagar, Dr. Andrew Foss, Ronnie Gale Dreyer, Petra Pobuda, Keiko Ito, Bill Sinclair, myself, Pandit Samavedula will be doing special puja for Saturn and teach you how to do the correct prayers for Saturn. And then a number of other students are there, and I look forward to having you there. And I'm going to make a special place for scholarship. There are going to be 5 free scholarships available to those who are deserving. So you can email me info@komilla.com and, to say why I should award you the scholarship. There are 5 scholarships and I will award them by January. So towards the end of January, I will let you know who has won the scholarships. You can book for 1 day of the conference. You can book all 4 days. I welcome you. So the Fresh Talents of Jyotish Conference, the 9th International Conference from 5th to 8th of February. You are most welcome. Please do sign up at my website, komilla.com, and I look forward to hosting you. Thank you so much.